What a dreadful game of football. What a boring game of football. But do you know what? If someone said to me, United were going to go to Anfield, get a clean sheet, and get a point after how we've been this season, the fact that Liverpool were top of the league, the fact that we'd lost 7-0 or 4-0 there, I'd have taken it. And you know what? Someone said to me, would you rather be battered 5-0 or would you rather it be the worst game in the world but you come away with a point even though you play dreadfully? And I'd rather it be the worst game in the world when we come away with a point, because the points what matter. And I think confidence-wise, you could see that the players did grow into the game towards the end. I thought we got better in the second half. We actually had opportunities in the second half, but you could see we just lacked that quality in the final third. McTominay taking a shot from distance when he could have played in. Garnacho, what you doing there? Anthony's just so predictable, then can't make the right pass. And I think there was, if we had better players in the final third, if we maybe had Bruno Fernandes in the final third, there's an opportunity where United could have won that. There's a chance where McTominay got the ball a couple of times and did nothing, where Bruno would have given it to Hoyle and Bruno would have given it to Garnacho. And I think, to be honest, I'll take that. I think we were pretty crap. I thought Amrabat was dreadful. I thought McTominay was dreadful. I thought Anthony made 7 tackles, putting a shift defensively, but on the ball. Final third was dreadful. Our decision making in the final third was dreadful. But all in all, Liverpool are going to be the ones more annoyed with that than us. We are Man United having a crap season, who have just been knocked out of the Champions League. This is Liverpool at home, where they beat us here 7-0. I actually think the fact that Liverpool beat us here 7-0 last year, when they played the game, they were playing as if they were already 3-4-0 up, shooting from long. I think that frustrated Liverpool, that they just couldn't break us down this year. And the reason Liverpool couldn't break us down is because of one guy called Raphael Varane, who was unbelievable today. He is man of the match. I want to talk about him, then I'll talk about Mainoo and other players. But Raphael Varane was phenomenal today. He was absolutely phenomenal. His box defending, every time something went in the box, because they've got Trent, they're going to be putting balls into the box because they've got Trent. We were playing a low block and they're struggling to break us down. So it was balls into the box from Trent, Simicast. Varane was there, won all of his aerial duels, 15 clearances, 2 blocks, 3 interceptions. What performance. And I just think, look, I'm Ten Hag in. I've been supportive of Ten Hag, but I'm very critical of Ten Hag at the moment. Ten Hag benched this guy for 6 weeks. He's looking like an idiot for not playing him because of the passing lanes. Well, you're playing Varane left centre-back. The passing lanes, yes, we were dreadful from playing out from the back today. And as good as Varane was and as good as Onana was at making saves, we couldn't play out from the back today to save our life. You just look at the Varane performance and you think, this guy is a level. Like, I look at the Man United squad. The only player on that Man United squad that I think gets in that Liverpool team or gets in a City team or gets in an Arsenal team right now is Raphael Varane. And probably Luke Shaw as well, to be fair to him. Luke Shaw had a good game. Kobbie Mainoo definitely would be on the bench for one of those sides. Rasmus Højlund would definitely be on the bench for one of those sides, and maybe Garnacho. But Raphael Varane is that one player that was just, he looked a level above the rest of the United side quality-wise. Raphael Varane was the best player on the pitch today. Raphael Varane was United's best player by a country mile. Raphael Varane is a world-class player. And if you look at the United lineup, I said the balance of the squad is actually quite good. I just said, other than Raphael Varane, we don't have any big-name players. And I think that showed today. We were good defensively. Raphael Varane put in an absolute shift defensively. But then in midfield, McTominay couldn't make a 5-yard pass. Amrabat and McTominay couldn't complete a simple 1-2. They were getting run round them. Mainoo was there at 18 years old, just showing all the composure, was our best midfielder today. Kobbie Mainoo was brilliant again. But you could see that we got this world-class defender in Varane. We've got this young kid coming through that was brilliant in Mainoo. But then you could see we just had these 2 crap midfielders in McTominay and Amrabat. Where in Anthony, he was crap, so predictable. We had McTominay giving the ball away, and we had Højlund and Garnacho completely marked out the game by the Liverpool defence, and they let us give the ball to Anthony more. And you were like, you know what, Raphael Varane is a world-class player in a pretty bang average side. The lack of quality in that United side was worrying. Other than Varane and Luke Shaw and to be honest, Mainoo, there was no quality in the United side. Højlund and Garnacho have got quality. They were just marked out the game, but it was shocking. But Varane, what performance. Box defending, aerial ability. He is world-class. He's one of the best. And there's idiots out there that try and say we're a better team without Varane because Varane isn't, the best in build-up. Varane is bloody fantastic. Varane is one of our best players. And Mainoo was also one of our best players because as soon as we subbed Mainoo off, and I thought Hannibal was good when he came on, he was unlucky because the ref just seemed to hate him. But we got a bit panicky when Mainoo came off. Mainoo brought that composure. Mainoo was our only midfielder that could keep the ball, that could play the ball. He kept that composure when, McTominay and Amrabat were almost like they were trying to get the ball away every time they got it. When McTominay was getting the ball, we're doing a big kick. And there was times Højlund made a run, and I thought Bruno would have found it, and McTominay was just like, no. Mainoo today has to start. Mainoo passed the Amrabat Amrabat test, the Anfield test. Mainoo has to start and Varane has to start. If Ten Hag goes back to dropping Varane for Lindelof and dropping Mainoo so he can play McTominay and Bruno, that doesn't work, and Amrabat deeper, he's a fool. I know McTominay was captain today. I know McTominay's not going to be dropped, but Kobbie Mainoo, man, he was brilliant. I knew Varane was going to have a good game when you play a deeper block. Versus Liverpool, it was very obvious that United were going to play a deep block and just defend. And it was a game that 100% suits Varane, 100% box defending. And I said before the game, if United want any chance of getting something from this game, they're going to have to shut up shop and defend and park the bus. And as boring as it be, that's what they've got to do. It's just annoying because we had transition opportunities, but the final ball wasn't good enough. The final action wasn't good enough. Anthony just would make this crap pass when there was a cross in there to Højlund, and Tomine would make a shot when he could lay it on to Garnacho. I think it's annoying that actually the defence did so well, and although the midfield was crap and the attack was starved, when the attack did have the ball, the final action, the decision-making was poor. And you could see how much United missed Bruno Fernandes today, because I don't think any of our final third players made good decisions. I think that was the thing. And to be honest, I think Liverpool were the better team because they are the better team. They had the better quality players. But I think Liverpool ultimately were poor today. They didn't show up. The game was there for the taking. They almost seemed too frustrated that they weren't going 1-0 up. And it's almost like they're so used to battering us that it was like they were playing the bottom of the league team, and they just couldn't understand why we're not winning it. And they kept shooting and being rash and trying to make things happen. And I think that is what probably cost Liverpool a bit, because they were nowhere near it. They were nowhere near their best. But what I did notice about Liverpool is technically they're better than us. Their ability to cover ground, their intensity is better than us. I do still think physically, technically, we still look really far off Liverpool. We're putting a shift today defensively. Shout out to Johnny Evans, had a good game. Shout out to Onana, made a lot of saves. We put in a shift today defensively. We did well. Got a 0-0 draw, got a clean sheet at Anfield, got a point away against the top 9 side. Never happens, but you could 100% see that we were levels off them in terms of physicality and our ability to cover ground and stuff as well. You could also see that McTominay is a problem for the side. When he doesn't score, he just gives the ball away. You could see Amrabat was having a poor game. He does get no support from McTominay, but he was poor. And I think the retention from the front three of McTominay in the final third is what cost United. I think the defence did everything right. I think the retention of the ball from the front three and McTominay to not be able to do the basics, to not retain the ball well, is actually what stopped United from maybe getting a win. I'm not saying that we deserve to win, not at all. But the game was there for the taking with the opportunities we had in the transition. But we just, decision-making, we're weak. We just lack that quality. But I wanted to give a shout-out to Kobbie Mainoo for how good he was. I wanted to highlight our first half passing network just to kind of show how poor and disjointed the team was. And then I want to give a bit of a shout-out to Amrabat. But as you can see here, we were sort of going with Varane, Shaw and Garnacho because the Delo Anthony right-hand side was poor and we couldn't find Højlund. That was our passing network in the first half, which does pretty much highlight how poor we were and the lack of quality we have. But I did think, Mainoo showed his levels, Varane showed his levels. I'm really happy that we've got a point. I'm really happy that we didn't lose and we didn't get battered. I will take that. But ultimately, it was worrying. And I wanted to give a shout out to Andre Onana, who I think had a very good game here. This is the SofaScore stats. 8 saves, 1.37 goals prevented, 9.3 rating. To be honest, I thought his distribution was bad. I thought every time he tried to play wide to the fullbacks, it was quite bad. And he was nowhere near his best in terms of distribution today. It was really poor. But I think all in all, Andre Onana made loads of saves. And he got absolutely grilled before the match. Absolutely grilled. He made a lot of saves as well. But to be honest, I think Man United might have had the better opportunities all in all. I think Højlund probably had the best chance of the game. People say, I can't believe Højlund didn't score that, this and that. This was weak foot. It's a tough angle. Alisson makes his body big. Højlund hit the target. It's not one where you expect him to score. I think people are just looking to be critical of Højlund. But to be honest, you know what? Roy Keane's just gone on Sky Sports. Liverpool won one title for 33 years. Virgil van Dijk's arrogant. Love that from Roy Keane. Absolutely love that from Roy Keane. But to be honest, all in all, I will take the result. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. I can't remember what I was going to say now. I was just listening to what Roy Keane was saying in the background. But yeah, I tell you what, Varane was the best centre back on the pitch today, not Van Dijk. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. See you next time. Bye.